Hello, and thank you for listening to episode 203 of Got Creeps, your favorite podcast that always makes sure to give you your weekly dose of the weird, mysterious, and creepy. We are your hosts. I'm John.
And I'm Leilani.
And today we're going to be jumping into the Winchester Mansion. So without further ado,
That's the Winchester Manor.
Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah.
In the late 19th century, Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Winchester, heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company fortune, embarked on the construction of what would become the most mysterious and enigmatic mansions in history. Following the death of her husband and infant daughter, Sarah inherited a vast fortune and a 50% ownership stake in the arms company, which brought her to an income of $1,000 per day, a staggering sum at the time. That's still a lot of money right now. Like $1,000 a day is a good amount of money right now.
Yeah. She's rolling in it.
Consumed by grief and haunted by the belief that the spirits of those killed by the Winchester rifles were seeking vengeance, Sarah sought the advice of a spiritualist who allegedly told her to move west and continuously build a home for herself and the spirits to appease them. Thus, construction began on the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California in 1884. The house, originally an 8-room farmhouse, would eventually sprawl into a labyrinth structure with over 160 rooms, although the exact number remains uncertain due to the adding staircases that led to nowhere, doors that opened into walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. The mansion featured numerous oddities, including a vast ballroom, an indoor garden with a glass roof, and a seance room where Sarah supposedly communicated with the spirits. One of the most peculiar aspects of the Winchester Mansion was its staircases. The house boasted staircases that led directly into ceilings, doors that opened into drops, and corridors that twisted and turned seemingly without purpose. The most famous staircase is the switchback staircase, which consists of 7 flights that rise just 9 feet, an architectural oddity that defies conventional logic. The door to nowhere is another one of the notable features of the Winchester Mansion. Located on the second floor, this door opens to a sheer drop to the ground below, leading to speculation that Sarah Winchester constructed it as a portal for spirits to enter and exit the house. The seance room holds a particular fascination among visitors to the mansion. It's said that Sarah Winchester held nightly seances in this room, attempting to communicate with the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. The room features an intricate design with 13 hooks on the walls, possibly for hanging robes or other paraphernalia used during these seances. Despite its bizarre architecture and alleged spiritual significance, the Winchester Mystery House served as Sarah Winchester's home until her death in 1922. After her passing, the mansion was open to the public and has since become a popular tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world who are intrigued by its mysterious and peculiar design. Today, the Winchester Mystery House stands as a testament. I was gonna power through, and then I heard it. Today, the Winchester Mansion stands as a testament to one woman's obsession and the enduring allure of the unknown.
Have you ever been to the Winchester Mystery House?
No, but I would love to. I actually, so, spoiler alert. Well, I guess it's not really spoiler alert, because I kind of I want to know what you guys think. Would you like to see us go to these locations? I personally would love to go to these locations. I think that would be so fun. I don't want to do like the kind of stuff that like people on like Watcher and stuff. Like I don't want to stay
Ryan
there.
And Shane.
Yeah. I don't want to spend the night there.
I don't think I can go during the night.
I'll go during the day.
Myself. Like if it was just us, I would need to do like maybe a tour first. Like just go there during the day with other people in the vicinity.
No, I think I would want to go just us.
I don't think I could.
I would want to go just us at night for a few hours. Maybe take like a few other people with us.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe people to like hold cameras and stuff.
Possibly.
So if you want to come with us to some of these places, let us know in the comments below.
I don't know if I can do like at night in the beginning. Maybe if I could like work my confidence up to do it, but I don't know.
I want to go. So I want to go to these places so bad. So
Yeah.
if you want to see that, let us know so that we can start maybe planning something. Um, I mean the haunted museum is here in Vegas.
Yeah.
We could definitely make a video going, and maybe it's something that we can do like YouTube. I know that the podcast for right now is exclusively on YouTube, but once we get to get our hosting and everything situated, I would like to have more YouTube exclusive videos
Mm-hmm.
for the show. So,
Yeah.
kind of sidebar, but back to the
Yeah.
actual
Let's table
mansion.
that. Let's table that.
No, I've never been. I want to go so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like I can't put into perspective like how big this house is actually gonna be like in real life.
I don't think it's massive, but it's definitely a unit of a house.
Right. Because like I can imagine large buildings. I can imagine like apartment buildings.
Yeah.
But this is a farmhouse that was built
Built upon.
on
Yeah.
and on and on and on.
Yeah.
7 floors. This house has 7
Oh, it has 7
floors.
floors? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
7 floors.
And I know that they were working around the clock.
Yeah.
But I know that I heard she would have one room be almost finished and then tell the workers to tear it down and do something else with that room or completely different.
Do something completely different.
Yeah, so like I know that kind of like Minecraft where you're just like building something and you're like, never mind, like scrap it, let's do something else.
Right.
Like that's how she was actively living her life.
Yeah. Every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day these people were coming into her house, like maybe building a wall, maybe tearing down that wall the next day. Like who knows?
Right.
Building a staircase that goes directly up into the ceiling.
And they're just following orders.
Yeah. I mean, if you're getting paid for it,
right.
Like who cares? They're not hurting. I mean, there was a lot of people who died during the construction of this, which is another reason why a lot of people say that it's haunted.
Would construction workers ever say like they saw any spirits or they felt any presences?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people during, after, like throughout the entire history of the Winchester mansion that have said that they've seen things and like heard voices and felt things and seen things and
Right. Okay. I mean, I know like
it's been active
from then on out after it was constructed, not after it was constructed, but like after she was staying there and living there towards the end of it and then now on, but when they were like actually doing the work, a lot of people were saying like, yeah, we heard things, never went back, but like other people are obviously still continuously putting in different rooms, different things.
Yeah. There. I mean, they're getting paid for it, and not everybody believes that ghosts exist.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
I mean, honestly, like, I think up to a certain point, if I was just getting paid to just keep doing work on this house, and like, you got to put it into perspective of like, their jobs as like construction workers. Like, there is like lull times where they don't have work. Mm-hmm. So if you're consistently getting work, you're just taking it as you can get it.
Yeah.
Right? So if they're getting work every single day and you're basically on retainer for this lady.
Yeah.
Why not?
And she came into a lot of money.
She came into a fuck ton of money. So
she was just blowing it on her house.
I can't even begin to imagine like what I would do. If I got $1,000 a day, like I wouldn't even know what to do with that.
You would just start building rooms for no reason.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what I would do if I was given $5,000 to do. If I was given like $1,000 a day, I don't know. Like I would just do the same thing that I always do every single day.
Right.
Just like play video games, hang out. Like I don't know if I would do anything different.
Nothing like this?
No, because I can't even put it into perspective of like what I would do, like how that would feel
Yeah, that makes sense.
to just come into this money.
Well, hopefully we're there soon. But she. Okay, so she was the heiress of. Married into the family of the Winchester Rifle Company. So.
Or repeating arms company, something like that.
Something of that sort. But lots of people died because of the product that her family was a part of, put out, had a name stake in. There are a lot of anger. There is a lot of anger in that.
Yeah. And I don't doubt it.
Right. But it's just like, obviously, if you are one of the people, which, I mean, if you're listening to and watching our podcast, you have some sort of belief. But if you are in the paranormal world, that's a lot of energy. That's a lot of negative energy following you around. And so it makes sense that, like, a psychic would tell her, like, you have to do something
to atone for all of this shit.
It may not be because of you, but you are one of the last ones standing now.
She was the last one standing.
Like, of all of the Winchesters?
I don't know of, cousins and stuff. I'm not sure about that. But, like, of that line of family, yeah. And so, like, I think that the ghosts and, all the vengeful spirits were like, all right, you're the last one standing. We're just going to fuck with you now. We got your husband. Right. We got your kid.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the kid. And now it's your turn.
I mean, I heard that, was it Walter? Is that
the husband?
Yeah. I heard that he didn't even want to. Walter?
William.
Okay, William. Willie boy.
Willie.
I heard that he did not want to be a part of the family business. Like, he was like, I mean...
He didn't want to be a part of the family business? Killing people? Hunting things?
Not killing people, saving people.
He was killing people.
But
he was killing people.
He did not want to be a part of it, though. Like, I don't think he didn't want to be a part of it. He was, like, impartial to it. He didn't care either way. Like, I'm sure, like, there was another brother. I think he was obviously the oldest. So
Dean.
Yeah, so he was Sam. But he was like, I mean, I don't
We're
really
confusing the shit out of people right now.
So, Mary Sarah Winchester. But, okay, so...
John.
Our Willie boy. Willie Wirt Winchester. He did not care for being a part of the business, but he was the oldest, so it got passed down to him. So he kind of just got fucked, like...
Yeah.
Because of his birth order. He was like, I don't really care, but now I die. Now I'm dead.
Now I got, like, he literally got cursed. Not even by, like, the vengeful spirits, by, like, his own family.
Just by existing.
That's crazy. But I mean, like, I personally have nothing against guns. I have something against the crimes done with guns.
Correct.
But the people who make the guns are a little bit more to blame as well.
Yeah, you are making a killing machine.
You are making them. What people do with them is their own prerogative.
Right.
Sure. But you're making them.
Yeah.
So, like, you have a little bit more of a hand in it than the average Joe does.
True. However, are these spirits also hunting the people that killed them?
I would hope so.
I would hope so too, because I hope it's not just poor old Sarah.
Yeah.
Like, she's literally having people work day in, day out to expand her home to confuse the spirits so they never catch her. She is living
Maybe
in fear.
maybe she was just trying to make rooms for all of the spirits. She was just like, y'all just want to move in here.
I don't think
I got space.
that has
I think
never been said ever. That was never.
that's my theory.
That's
My
your theory?
theory is she was just building a giant
Party home.
yeah, like a boarding school for lost souls.
Ooh, that's kind of fire.
Don't steal that idea.
That's fire.
There might be a movie or something. Don't nobody steal that.
Patent it right now.
Yeah, that's trademark. That is a Got Creeps trademark.
It's Got Creeps original.
Yeah.
Coming soon to theaters near you.
A Just Average Media Productions, all this shit.
Okay.
So the door to nowhere in the Winchester house, that is kind of cool. I mean, but imagine like having to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and like being half asleep. Imagine trying to get anywhere in this house and being half asleep. That would suck.
Do you know what the closest room, like, yeah, what is the closest room to Sarah's bedroom?
Mm.
Like, I'm sure she kept that pretty much the same. Like, she didn't really adjust that.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I feel like in the face of insanity, you have to have one, like, anchor. So she's like, okay, at least, like, let's keep my room the same so I know where to go at night.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been around an insane person.
I have.
Building rooms for ghosts.
Okay,
Sarah
I have
Winchester's boarding school for
Lost Souls.
Lost Souls. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that might be the title of this episode.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, so I would hope like she had I hope she had like a bathroom in her room.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of her safe space. Let's hope that Sarah did that.
Right, and I mean like she's most likely in the master bedroom.
I would assume so.
So most master bedrooms have a bathroom in it. But I mean like I don't think that she was having very many guests. But imagine being a guest.
Yeah, I don't think she was having any guests because I think all of her family. Oh no, she had sisters. I think sisters followed her. She tried to get all of her sisters, maybe only one or two. Followed her to California, and then they had other homes. They had their own homes.
But I mean, like, let's just say for the sake of the show, let's say you were staying there. Like, how would you feel? Like, all of this construction going on all the time, you never really know. Like, I would feel trapped. I think it would freak me out because I don't like when things change like that. Like, I like knowing where to go, what to do. Like, I like having a routine. I like having structure. Yeah.
I do too. I don't think that I would be a guest. I don't think I would have actively been like, hey, Sarah, let me
You're
stay
not
there.
very good at this game.
What is this game?
I said, let's just say for the sake of the show, you do spend the night. What?
But I just don't think
let's just say for the sake of the show, your name is Richard. But I don't want my name to be Richard. I don't actually know. How about anything but Richard?
I just don't
vibe with Richard.
I wouldn't vibe with Richard. Regardless. Okay, so let's just, for the sake, I wouldn't be put in that situation, but for the sake of the show, I would be pissed. Yeah. I would be mad.
Like, imagine, like, waking up and, like, you're like, oh, I gotta go get a cup of coffee in the morning. And then you're like, okay, I go out of my room, I make a left, I make a right, I go down the hall, and the kitchen's right there. But you wake up, and then you try to make a left, but all of a sudden there's a staircase that leads to the ceiling.
Or you try to leave your room, and now there's no door.
And then the door leads to the outside.
Yeah,
They just cut off that portion of the house. Like, what
there's
happened?
no hallway
I would
anymore.
be so mad.
I would literally just leave.
I'd be like, hey, yo, Spirit, she's over there. She's in that room. Go get her.
I will
Fuck
take
her.
you. I will take you to her. Like, I would, okay, I would be so fucking pissed, and then I would literally never leave the room because I wouldn't know where to go.
This is my
I'm
safe
just,
space.
I
the
just
only
give
space.
up. I would not even try. I'd be like, okay, well, I'll DoorDash something.
And
I
then you go to
guess.
sleep, and then you wake up the next day, and they change the entire room around you.
You- No, you wake up and you're in a pond outside.
She tuned your room into like an aquarium
Yeah.
while you're asleep.
You wake up and you're under the stairs. How did I get here? They added stairs in your room and they closed you in like Harry Potter.
Or you're on the roof.
How did they make you?
Exactly.
Okay.
They built more earth under you.
Okay. Yeah. No, just pissed. Short answer, pissed. I would be pissed.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very fun. But I guess like the last thing that we can kind of touch on before we move on is the seance room.
Oh yeah. Save
So
the best for last.
apparently this was like a nightly thing that she did. Apparently she would have these nightly seances and commune with the spirits and was like what do I do next? What do you guys want?
What's on the docket? What?
Yeah, it's like us. What do you guys want to see?
Right.
Comment down below.
She has a list. She was like, okay, so last week we wanted 15 new bathrooms. We did that. I didn't even ask questions. I was a little confused, but we did that. Okay. Next. What is a game room? Is that next? We'll do a game room. Okay, let me call Billy tomorrow. We're going to do a game room. Okay. I was just thinking what was I thinking? Lost it. Okay, I had seen that around this time, what are we, like 1890s now?
Mhm.
It wasn't necessarily uncommon to be doing like seances and talking to the dead, communing with the dead.
Mhm.
It wasn't seen as weird.
Right.
But it wasn't normal either. So it was just something that was there. People were doing it. Some people would join in. Like they're like, "Oh, you doing a seance tonight? Mind if I join?"
Mind if I swing on by to your seance?
I'll bring
That's a strange thing.
appetizers. You want appies?
I can't imagine getting like an invitation to a seance. You're like, yo, what's up, guys? Seance in my house tonight.
And they're like,
8:00. Bring drinks.
I just did one at Jane's yesterday. I don't really need an.
Bring drinks and sacrifices.
We need a rabbit's foot. We need a pig's left ear, and
Bring your best virgin.
yeah, BYOV.
BYOB.
Okay, so when she was doing the nightly seances, was she by herself? Like, did she just do it on her own, or did she have other people? Because I don't believe I saw anything about that, like hosting.
I believe that she would do a majority of them by herself. I mean, I could be wrong. But I believe that she would do a majority of them by herself, but she would have seances with, like,
Other people.
mediums and shit.
Okay. Not a seance party.
No, I mean, she might have.
Well, it says there were what, like 13.
Did she have homegirls out there?
She had her sisters. So
I mean, I'm sure they got some dead relatives to talk to.
I'm sure. But like didn't say there were 13 hooks for like robes and other paraphernalia. Like why would there be 13 of them? Well, I mean 13.
Well, I mean Satan.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That could just be it on its own, but like I'm assuming like there are other people to hang things on those hooks.
They're hanging people on these hooks?
No, I don't think they're hanging people on the hooks. I think just paraphernalia. Maybe they brought like a purse.
Yeah.
They brought like a little like sandwich bag, like a lunch bag. They like put it on there. They don't know how long the seance is going to be. They could get hungry, so they're like,
You
I
got
have to bring a snack.
sacrifice blood on my Valentino white bag?
Okay, so my foot is falling asleep. My foot is asleep. It's not falling asleep. It's already there. It's
All right. So I think we, like those vengeful spirits, can finally put the Winchesters to rest. Um, Goodbye. That's all for that. What do we got next?
You are terrible with your segues. You are so bad with them. Okay, so I think we can close the door on the Winchester Mystery House, but we can open a new one for our creep pick because, on brand with today's episode, I have a pretty good creep pick for you guys. Um, Unfortunately, no, actually not. No, I think that they are filming a second season soon, but we are going to shine a spotlight on The Watcher. Um, it does dive into a sinister world of stalking and obsession. Is one season is out right now on Netflix. Like I said, possibly working on a second one. I don't know. I don't have them on speed dial, so I'm not really sure, but I think I heard something about that. Anyways, so The Watcher. The show follows a young family who, filled with excitement, move into their dream home in a fictionalized version of Westfield, New Jersey. However, their joy soon turns to terror as they become the targets of a mysterious stalker known only as The Watcher. Creepy letters signed by this elusive figure unleash a nightmare of paranoia and fear, threatening to tear their lives apart. What sets The Watcher apart is its masterful blend of psychological suspense and heart-pounding thrills. As the family grapples with the escalating terror of their situation, viewers are drawn into a web of intrigue and deception, where every shadow holds a potential threat. The Watcher is a must-watch for fans of suspenseful thrillers. Whether you're a lover of true crime or simply enjoy a good scare, this series will leave you breathless and eagerly awaiting each new episode. So prepare to be captivated by The Watcher. Just be sure to lock your doors, and turn off the lights.
Lock your doors and turn off the lights. I lost
It's
it.
a little too.
And ask yourself, are you scared?
That was good. Yeah. Okay. So prepare to be captivated by The Watcher. Just be sure to lock your doors and close your windows. You never know who might be watching.
It's me. I'm watching. I'm in your windows and in your doors.
In your windows.
I'm in there. And I'm watching you.
Oh my
And
God.
I see you not liking the video. And I see you not commenting on the video. And I see you not sharing the video. So do it.
Are you scared?
But yeah, that show is nuts.
It is.
It is very like creepy.
And what's creepier is it's based on a true story.
Mm-hmm. Like very closely based on a true
Yeah.
story.
It's like
it's not loosely based. It's very
I was gonna say
accurate.
not a lot of that, but a lot of retellings or TV adaptations are loosely following the true story just to add all of that. But it's like this story doesn't really need it because it really was as it's told, as it's portrayed.
Mm.
It's good. Just watch it.
Watch it.
Just watch The Watcher. Just watch The Watcher watching you.
I'm the watcher.
Oh my god, we just watched a really good movie, and that is a future creep pick.
But we're not. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it
That
right
is a future creep pick. I won't even tell you what it's called. But it has to
Actually,
do with
though,
watching.
Speaking of like haunted houses and stuff like that, I haven't even told you this story yet. But I was talking to my friend today, and he was telling me you know him.
Your hand was so close to my face.
His sorry. His name rhymes with Schmanner.
You're really bad at that was pretty good, but just thinking about the I have somebody out here for you.
I was trying to think of something that rhymed with mommy.
Rhymes with Dottie.
Anyways, he was telling me this story, right, about his son. Let's call his son Tree. Tree was looking at the backyard.
If you're watching Schmanner, which I hope you are. I hope you are watching Schmanner.
He's gonna be watching. I know he is. I'm not gonna tell him about this part. I'm just gonna wait till he says something about it.
Did you ask him if you could tell this story?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I told him today. I said exactly word for word, I hope you know I'm telling this on the show today. And he said, no, don't do that. So I'm doing it anyways.
I'm cutting this out.
No, don't leave it. It'll be fine. He'll get over it eventually. Anyways, I guess, like, Tree was staring into the backyard. Or, like, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention when he was talking, to be completely honest. But anyways, he was staring
this is
off.
what I live with.
He kept saying, like, ghost, and just staring off into space. And he wasn't talking to anybody. He wasn't talking to his mom. Flonique. And he wasn't talking to Schmanner. He wasn't talking to any of them.
This is terrible. Okay, so Schmanner, Flonique, and Tree living in a house, right? And then a Pope walks in.
Well, anyways, they got a ghost in their house. We have fun here. Oh, goodness. Anyways.
I don't even know where to go from this.
But he was probably... I got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can save it. Don't worry. I can save it. So
that just happened, right?
That just happened.
Like he just told you, or it just happened?
I think it just happened maybe like last night or the night before.
Okay.
Like it just happened within these last few days.
So it's pretty current.
Yeah. That's my current event.
Well, my current event is not that.
I think mine was way better than whatever you're about to say.
I'm not even going to do anything extravagant. We're just getting into this week's current event. God. Working with your spouse. It's not for the faint of heart.
I think that I make our lives so much more interesting and full of life, and you're just here trying to tear me down.
How do we get to the current event? So this week's current event is the aftermath of Zach Bretler. So we're going to dive into a perplexing case that raises more questions than answers, honestly. In London, a security camera captured the tragic final moment of 19-year-old Zach Rutler, who jumped from a fifth floor apartment. Zach's parents uncovered a tangled web of deceit surrounding their son's life. He was posing as the heir of a Russian oligarch, entangled with a known gangster named Dave Sharma. Sharma, the last person to see Zach alive, claimed Zach presented himself as a homeless millionaire barred from his family's luxury properties. He was a troubled young man teetering on the edge of suicide. But Sharma's past raises eyebrows. He has a history with law enforcement, including being implicated to a heroin smuggling ring and the murder of a nightclub owner. Witnesses in court labeled him an informer, and he was linked to the murder through phone records. Despite suspicions, authorities lacked sufficient enough evidence to charge him. Zach's journey into this dark underworld seemingly began when he enrolled at Mill Hill School, rubbing shoulders with the offspring of plutocrats. What are plutocrats? From around the globe. Yeah?
People from Pluto.
Nice.
Is it a planet again? I heard it was a planet again.
I think Pluto's a planet.
No. It's too small. It's not a planet.
I don't think it's a moon, though.
It's not a moon. It's a dwarf planet.
But it still counts as a planet.
No.
I think so.
Too small.
Okay.
Not a real planet.
Zach's journey into this dark underworld seemingly began when he enrolled at Mill Hill School. He was rubbing shoulders with the offspring of plutocrats from around the globe. Surrounded by opulence and excess, Zach's upbringing stood in a stark contrast. His parents, a director at a financial firm and a freelance journalist, were not part of this world of extravagance. Zach's allure to this lifestyle led to a series of choices that ultimately culminated in his tragic demise. The complexity of this case underscores the importance of thorough investigations and highlights the murky underworld where individuals like Sharma operate. So I don't know, because the article that I read came out February 5th, so just very recently.
Okay.
I don't know how...
A few days ago.
Yeah, I don't know how far into the case it is right now, but all the discoveries were pretty recent. Right. So I think his death was maybe a month or two ago, but they're just now getting all this information right now. But that's pretty insane. Like, yeah. For one, I mean, it's a completely different world than we live in at all. Like, they're in London Zach is going to, obviously, Mill Hill School, where there are kids of mafia bosses, or obviously, like, oligarchs like that.
Right.
And you're in I'm assuming it's, like, traditional, like, high school, and then, like, into, like, it's academy or something, you know? Very impressionable age. Like,
Right.
So it didn't make it into this, but I read that Zach, when he was growing up, he was really good at, like, mimicking, like, he was really good at acting. So he just pretended to be an heir.
Fucking fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, buddy boys. Don't make it to your death, but crazy.
And, like,
I can't wait to see it, like, unfold.
You said that, like, his parents just didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, any of this was happening.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm assuming, like, Mill Hill is like a boarding school.
Right. Okay.
So
like, that's crazy. Like, not only finding out that, like, your kid died, but then finding out that he killed himself, but then finding out that he might not have killed himself.
Possibly, right, yeah.
And then finding out that he has been posing as this fucking mob boss.
Yeah, he's living a Hannah Montana life.
Right. That's crazy.
Very crazy. Very, very crazy. So, if we get more information on the ongoing case, it'll make its way back into more current events in this season. But yeah, I was reading this and I was like, interesting. Like, I want to see, like, what else happens.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
I want to find out what else they find out.
Yeah, And I mean, like, maybe if we find out more things, we'll just do like a whole deep dive on it. We'll do
Possibly.
like a full episode on it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Um,
mean, like, since it is ongoing, there's not really much that we can add to it, I guess. But that's what a crazy thing for his parents to be going through.
oh,
You
it's
know?
yeah, no. Apparently the connections that he has
Had.
sorry.
He's dead.
Sorry, Zach.
Fucking dead.
The connections that he had in his life were some scary shit.
Right.
But yeah, that was my current event of this week. We didn't do a current event of last week, but we got into a lot of stuff last week.
We got into a lot of stuff last week. Last week's episode was like an hour long,
Yeah.
so I think that would have like extended a little bit
Right.
too much.
Right.
But
last week, our cryptid of the week was the Snallygaster. If you are following our socials, you did see a photo of the Snallygaster that we looked up while we were doing the episode. But if you guys have not seen our last episode and you're hearing about the Snallygaster for the first time, you may get a little bit more insight on him in this week's cryptid of the week, because today our spotlight is the enigmatic Dewyo.
Dewyo.
A creature that haunts the imagination of those who dwell in the forests of Maryland. The Dewyo is described as a mammalian biped with features similar to a wolf, yet possessing the stature and stance of a human. Its dark fur, long bushy tail, and imposing 6-foot tall frame evoke a primal sense of fear and fascination. Sightings of the Dewyo are primarily reported in the West Middletown and, understandably, Wolfsville regions of Maryland, where locals recount chilling encounters dating back decades. Legend has it that the Dewyo is the sworn enemy of, you guessed it, the Snallygaster.
Oh shit.
They're beefing, engaging in vicious battles that echo through the canals of local lore. The origins of the Dewyo trace back to Pennsylvania Dutch folklore, where tales of the Hexenwolf, a similar wolf-like creature, captivated the imaginations of generations. The first documented sighting of the Dewyo occurred in 1944 in West Middletown, Frederick County, Maryland, leaving behind eerie footprints and echoing screams. One of the most detailed encounters with the Dewyo comes from 1965, when a man known as John Becker described a harrowing encounter with the creature. His vivid account, published in local papers, ignited a flurry of reports and sightings in the surrounding areas. In the summer of 1966, just a year later, another eyewitness, identified only as Jim A., encountered the Dewyo near Gambrel State Park. His description of the creature was a dark, shaggy, two-legged animal with an odd, almost spider-like gait, added to the mystique surrounding this elusive cryptid. Subsequent sightings in 1976 and 1978 further cemented the legend of the Dewyo, with witnesses describing a large hairy creature running on two legs, instilling fear and wonder in those who crossed its path. Whether the Dewyo is a figment of imagination or a tangible presence haunting the Maryland woods, its legacy endures, fueling the fascination and curiosity of those who dare to explore the realms of the unknown.
I'm torn.
Okay, why are you torn?
Because the Dewyo sounds dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like werewolves.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? Oh, yeah. But I also like the Snallygaster.
Yeah, so
The Snallygaster
are
is
you
cool.
Team Snallygaster or Team Dewyo?
I don't know. I'm torn. I'm telling you.
Okay, so the Snallygaster, if you guys don't know,
A little recap.
is a dragon.
A dragon octopus.
Yeah, it's a dragon-like octopus.
It's a Cthulhu octopus. It's a Cthulhu dragon.
Right. And the screeches are like a locomotive whistle. This one just has
Right.
This
It's a werewolf.
This one's a werewolf. It's a werewolf.
It's a werewolf, and I think werewolves are cool.
Right, but could a werewolf stand its ground against a dragon?
Well, I mean, I think it depends on like how big it is.
Well, the Dwyer is only 6 feet.
Okay.
Opposed to like a dragon, I'm assuming a dragon is larger than that.
Right, but like maybe it's like the size of like a hippo.
Okay,
I would
I
put a 6 foot werewolf against a hippo sized dragon octopus, and I think that a werewolf would win.
I don't know. I don't know, but obviously, like they've been beefing for decades now, centuries.
Centuries, not just decades.
Yeah, centuries now. So I mean, they're obviously putting up a good fight, either like on both sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our cryptids beefing it out. They're duking it out, trying to.
I think I gotta go with Team Dwyo.
Really, I think I'm a snallygaster. I think I'm a snally.
Snally gas girl.
I think I'm a snallygas girl
Snally gas girl.
or a snallygas guy. Like, that's the team.
I'm a Dwyo dude.
You're a
Dwyo
dude. Okay. So comment down below if you are a snallygas girl / guy, snallygas person.
Snally gas they them. Shut the fuck up.
A s- are you guys are you guys going to be
Team Snally or Team Dewey?
the Wyo? The
No,
Wyo.
Dwyo. Also, I like its name. It's fun.
Yeah,
Snallygaster is fun. Snallygaster is fun.
Okay.
But
okay, here we go.
Hold on. Let's look up a picture of the Dwyo. Okay.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just a. What is that? That's a Snallygaster. Snallygaster. But it's just a. It's just a werewolf.
It's a werewolf. He's a werewolf.
It's a werewolf. I don't know. I'm putting my faith in this werewolf.
I gotta go with the Snally. I gotta go with our good old Snell. So
I don't know. Something about werewolves makes me feel like they just like are accustomed to combat.
oh, absolutely. No,
Like they just seem like they'll fuck people up.
I 100% stand by that as well. However, we're not talking about people. We're talking about a dragon. We're talking about a fucking dragon octopus.
Right, but it doesn't seem like he fights very often.
I think they've been fighting for centuries now.
I think they've been beefing for centuries. I don't necessarily think that they've been fighting for centuries.
I don't know, because the Snallygaster's been fucking up some people lately. Not lately, but
Lately,
current event. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Guys, just let us know where you are on the infamous battle of the Snallygaster and the Dwyo, because we chose our sides. I am Team Snalls. You're Team Dwyo. So, yeah.
yeah. Also, while you're in the comments, let us know if you have any local folklore of like haunted houses and stuff, because I'm very curious. We actually have a haunted house in the. Actually, I think it's gone now.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I think it's gone. There was a haunted house in the town where we grew up.
Spoiler alert,
actually,
it burned down.
It's actually like where I think like if you want us to get in like our stories, and like you can listen to them before, but I've told a story about this house. It's the Lucy story. Like everybody who I've told the Lucy story to knows the Lucy story. This is the house of the Lucy story.
Very, very well. And even people he hasn't told this story to, because not only have I told his story before, but shameless promo. If you're in Canada.
That's true.
If you are in Canada.
I completely forgot about that.
Or if you can just use your fingers, get online, you can find our episode on paranormal revenge.
That's true.
There is one great episode number 9.
Episode 9.
We shot we filmed some of our experiences.
Shout out Kate. Shout out to the entire team.
Yes.
Michael, the director.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome
Incredible
people.
we got the pleasure to work with.
Right.
But
I can't believe it took us 3 episodes before we started talking about this.
I had it ready. I knew what I was doing. Yeah, we have so many more that we can share, but those two are featured in episode number 9 of Paranormal Revenge on, I believe it is CCTV?
CTV.
CTV.
If you're in Canada, you can find it there. I'm sure you can find it here in the States as well. I'm sure you can find it anywhere. So look up Paranormal Revenge. Make sure you watch and look out for our episode. Our episode is already out, so you can find our episode. And you'll hear the Lucy story.
But we can definitely get into it
We'll definitely get
a
into
little
it.
bit more detailed
Right.
than you would be able to see it on the episode.
And funny enough, Schmanner was with me during the whole
Man, the man.
Lucy thing. So maybe the ghost in his house is Lucy.
Don't say that.
Who knows?
Don't say that.
They're in the same vicinity. They're within walking distance from each other. Lucy could have easily just been like, well, my house burned down. I know that guy. That guy's been to my house. I'm going to crash with him. So, thanks for taking one for the team, Schmanner.
Poor Schman. Last week, we asked you guys a question which you unfortunately did not want to interact with, but we're still going to give our answers. Our favorite
Brisk.
iced tea brand. Brisk. Okay, so
Fuse.
you got me fucking fused.
Ick.
So yeah, I love Brisk. I grew up loving Brisk. However, one that we did not mention, which is very odd.
Right.
Not very odd because
it's
we
my
haven't had it.
favorite.
We haven't had it in a really long time, but Arizona iced tea.
Arizona iced tea is the number one iced tea.
Arizona iced tea
Make it
has
sugar-free.
my heart. Has my heart, and I think I'm always going to be an Arizona girl. Hadn't had it in such a long time. Brisk,
True.
definitely top tier
Brisk
as well.
in a can.
Brisk in a
Brisk in a
can.
can?
Yes. But making its way up the ladder is Pure Leaf or Gold Peak. They're different, right?
Yeah. I think
love
it's
them
just
both,
because
though.
we're like older.
Crazy.
Like we like the less sweet, less like
No, mine
juice
still needs to have
shit.
some. I love the sweet tea. I'm not doing the unsweetened. I'm not there yet.
I like unsweetened tea.
I'm not there yet. Like, I'm an iced tea girl, but it has to have some sweetness to it.
I'm down for some unsweetened iced tea. Like whatever.
I can't do it yet. Like, I will drink it, absolutely. Still love tea, but like it wouldn't be something that I would have chosen if I had a choice. So, yeah. We really want you guys to tell us what you guys think. So, for this week's question, yeah, do you guys have any local folklore of like haunted houses, mystery homes, so to speak? Anything like that? Not just like sightings of ghosts or anything, like
even
specifically.
just like a childhood rumor, like you and your friends were like, oh yeah, this house is haunted. Like
Right.
me and my friends, and where I grew up, we had this crazy rumor, and we avoided this house. We wouldn't go to the park next
The
to
witch's
this
house.
Right? No, not the witch's house.
Oh.
There were vampires up in there.
I have a witch's house.
Yeah, for like we actively didn't go to the park like after certain times because
As it was starting to get dark.
right, because we didn't want to get eaten. Because like
Fair.
we were like, oh yeah, this family has lived in this house for so long that like they don't age and stuff like that, and they always keep the blinds closed from the
Vampirina.
so we said they're vampires. There was a lot of crazy shit
Yeah,
that we said as kids. So like what crazy shit did you try to convince your friends of? Like what local things did you tell your friends and stuff?
Right. And now that we've been living in Las Vegas for quite a few years, I have heard from a lot of my Las Vegas native friends,
Mhm.
a lot of stories about here too. So I would be really interested in reading about other places.
Yeah.
Maybe we can share some if you let us.
And maybe that can be our little like dipping our toe in for her. We'll go some of these places. We'll figure something out. I don't know. But I think that's gonna be it for us for this week. If you guys have any stories that you want to be featured on the show, we have some other things planned. Reach out to us on any of our social medias. You can find me over at John_Raymundo at Instagram, X, TikTok, everything. Facebook is just my name, Jonathan Raymundo. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at my full name, Leilani May Ramundo, and I haven't changed my name on Facebook yet, but Leilani Gilberte on Facebook, and then on Twitter, it is LEILAAANERS, Leilanners. I think
Leilanners.
it's 3 A's. I never get it right, but you'll find it. It's a picture of me. You'll be able to see it. Yeah. So I think we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for watching all the way this far out because I know we don't make a lot of sense most of the time. But thank you again for listening to the third episode of the second season of Got Creeps. Don't forget to like the video, like the podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share with your friends so that we can reach more people who love the weird, mysterious, and creepy. We will be back next week with your weekly dose of the creeps.
Bye bye.